Well, in fact, there are six drivers, six strategic drivers, and it all starts with convergence, which means that what we see in the biotech industry today is that biomedical sciences is converging with very different other disciplines, such as physical sciences, engineering, diagnostics. So in fact, biotherapeutics and biotechnology is not only about biotherapeutics, it's also about very different other scientific disciplines. So that is convergence. Now, what is convergence leading to? It leads to a better precision of medicine because of the combination of diagnostics and biotherapeutics. What happens is that if you can diagnose much more precise, your medical treatment will be more precise. So if you have convergence and better precision, what happens is that, of course, the medication that is being offered to patients becomes more expensive because the development of these more precise medicines also have become much more expensive. This increased pricing is a third element of strategic drivers because this leads to another element, which is reputation building. Companies struggle and have been struggling with their reputation over the past years, and therefore the higher pricing needs to be linked up with the reputation building exercise for these companies. So if you have convergence, better precision, higher pricing, and better reputation, the focus will need to be on patients. That is why today a lot of discussions are going on what is called patient centricity. And patient centricity, in fact, means that the patient who has been part of clinical trials over the past years now become the focus of treatment even beyond the launch of the new product on the market. If you take convergence, reputation building, patient centricity, risk linked to the new development of these products, reputation building, then in fact what you need is leadership, and that is the last and most important strategic driver for the biotech industry. What is specific for leadership in a biotech firm is that it is strikingly different from what people call management. What managers do is a quite simple exercise. What managers do is they use their authority, and by using their authority, they ask people to do things right, and then control people to make sure that everything was done in the right way. Leadership, on the other hand, is very different. Leadership is about using your influence and then make sure people do the right things instead of doing things right, which was a managerial proposition. So by asking people to do things right, in fact what you do is you empower them to do things right. It is specific for leadership. Now, why is this so specific for biotech firms? In biotech firms, you have a leadership position and which resides in a top management team, for example, but at the same time, there is a knowledge-intensive community, which is referenced as the R&D function, and that R&D function also has leadership capabilities because of its knowledge. So very specific for biotech firms is that you have leadership in a top management level in organization, but at the same time you have leadership because of knowledge residing in the R&D function. Well, the leadership requirements for individuals in a leadership position in a biotech firm are as follows. When individuals have a leadership position, they are expected to build a strategy. If you build a strategy in a knowledge-intensive firm such as a biotech firm, you cannot build that strategy on your own. It's not an exercise that should be limited to the top management team, simply because the scientific knowledge of the R&D function does not necessarily reside in the top management team. So what you need is a building of strategy which is based on the development of a shared platform that allows both the top management team, the leadership, and the R&D function to find themselves in a shared knowledge base. If that shared knowledge base is developed and constructed, what happens is the following. Leaders are then capable to develop and build trust in the organization, because trust, the first requirement of trust, is sharing of knowledge. So that allows them to build trust. But at the same time, because they have been building a shared platform, what these top managers and leaders do in this organization or are capable to do in these organizations is that they actually lead to focus. Because of the sharing of knowledge, what happens is that a message is being constructed that is accepted by the R&D function as a reduced complexity, and is accepted by the top management because it creates a message for the organization and that they can use, and that is a specific requirement, that they can use to focus their organization.